Hello YouTubers, this is the first video of 2023 on my channel. A Little People Big Dreams book about Rudolf Nureyev, the famous dancer who changed the course of ballet. In the freezing north of Russia lived a little boy named Rudolf. He preferred to spend hours alone inventing dance steps, rather than playing hockey with the other children. When he was 7, Rudolf went to the ballet with his parents and 3 sisters on New Year's Eve. Long before the theatre lights came on, he knew he would live for ballet. His father thought that ballet was a girl thing and tried to change his mind. But Rudolf talked of little else, and soon he was enrolled in a class. It was not until he was 17 that Rudolf found his way to a professional school. His teachers thought his style wasn't very tidy, but what he lacked in polish he made up for with intensity. Rudolf would launch himself into fabulous pirouettes, lifting his body higher than any other dancer. That's high, isn't it? Soon he became one of the leading figures at the famous Kirov Ballet. He didn't like the trunks that male dancers wore back then, and wanted to perform in tights like ballerinas did. But many things were prohibited in Russia in those days, and Rudolf had to give up this demand if he wanted to keep dancing. One day, Rudolf's company got permission to visit Paris. When Rudolf finished his performance, he received a standing ovation that lasted longer than the dance itself. And then there were movies, fancy shops, dinner parties. He was not supposed to mingle with foreigners while he was in France, but Rudolf snuck off from the Russian secret agents who were watching him and just enjoyed himself. On the day of his departure, Rudolf ran away from his guards and refused to get on the plane back home. He didn't want anyone to tell him how to dance or who to love anymore. He was left with just a suitcase, but what he carried in his mind was much bigger. Rudolf introduced dancing techniques from the East into the best Western companies. Rudolf danced for years with the famous Margot Fontaine and showed the world that it doesn't matter who the dancer or ballerina is, great dancers simply deserve equal credit. For almost 30 years he kept electrifying the world, bringing male dancing into the limelight and changing the course of ballet forever. And of course, little Rudolf showed the world that there are not things for girls nor things for boys, only things that you love doing with your whole heart. What a good reading to start 2023, innit?